It's Tuesday on Gazbot, and look, pizza. Pizza for lunch. I could eat a whole pizza by myself, but today I'm sharing it with two other people. I guess I should, here's the credit, the music. Got some prints going out today. I did a little bit more minimalist, quick, black and white, thick marker style. This one looks like some kind of goofy, cartoony Ultraman. Anyway, prints going out, so that's good. 7. It's Thursday. This week has not been going well. Tuesday or Wednesday, I did like 20 minutes of drawing on the horror, kind of forced it out. I've posted a few things about like prints on sale, and I've been putting up videos here and on my Action Activate channel. But I've been playing catch up. Like for a few days, my friend was in town. I went to the convention and all that stuff and had a good time. But during that time, I didn't have time to draw. And during that time, I didn't have time to do household stuff and other things. So now I'm playing catch up this week. But I'm also tired because leading up to that, I was like in overdrive doing everything. So I wouldn't have to, I did like 4 loads of laundry and stuff so that I could be free while he was here. Then I was busy the whole time he was here, and then when he left, I've been playing catch up. So I don't have a lot of time, and I'm also physically tired, and I didn't feel good yesterday, like physically, so I just couldn't motivate myself to do anything beyond the bare minimum. Today I'm feeling better. I'm swamped with stuff to do, but my goal is to put in some serious time today. I haven't even hit my 1 panel in the Horror 4 yet this week, which despite everything I've said in the previous videos, I have hit that soft goal every week since I started doing this. Sadly, like putting together the videos, I'm coming into that problem. And part of it is Action Activate, but I'm coming into that problem where like, oh, I spent an hour putting together my video and didn't draw that day. Now, sometimes there are days when it's easier to edit and put videos together than it is to draw. But sometimes, like the last video I put up, it was a case where that was instead of drawing. Anyway, what I'm doing now is melting some of these packing materials that my prints came in. So that's what I'm doing now. So kind of vaguely art related. The one next to us with the star? Okay.
No, it's a black star.
Yeah. Black Star was the name of a cartoon when I was a kid. But it had nothing to do with trucks. It was about a strong guy with a magic sword who landed on another planet in a spaceship and made friends with these little... Sorry? I feel like you're not interested in this. Do you want to hear more about John Blackstar, the Filmation hero from the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he rode on a dragon that was called Warlock, and it could fly. Yeah. And what color do you think Warlock was?
I don't know.
Well, they were green, although there were toys made of them in other colors. I want to say yellow or orange, but the real Warlock was green. And he had a special sword that would glow in the dark and had energy, kind of like He-Man's sword. Do you know what it was called?
What?
The Star Sword. Or the Star Saber. Let's say Star Sword.
No, Star Saber.
Oh, okay, it was the Star Saber now. Revisionist history, that's fine. And he had a friend who was a girl and she had magic. And he had a friend who was like an elf boy and he could change into different things.
Oh, can you take the turning and home turn?
I can, but once again, I feel like you're not very invested in this 80s cartoon I'm describing.
That way.
All right, we'll do it. But I need you to say Black Star!
Go that way.
I'm going to, but I need you to say Black Star!
Black star.
Rules!
Roll.
Okay, we're turning! Still Thursday, cooking dinner, preheating the oven for a frozen pizza to make it easy for myself. I felt bad in the middle of the day physically. I made a little bit of a comeback and I did a little drawing. I did not work on the horror. I wanted to do probably what you're looking here, Gigan Rex, which is just a new version of Gigan from Godzilla. And it's just like kind of a sketchy thing. And maybe at this point I've spent maybe an hour on it, which, sometimes like, oh, that's quick. That takes a long time for what you're actually seeing. It's beeping, so I got to put it in.
That's what she said.
Anyway, so I worked on the Gigan Rex, which I don't know. I'm just happy I worked on anything, and I kind of got into it, so I just wanted to keep working on that just to get the flow going. Later today, after dinner, I'll take a walk because I need the exercise. Then I will try to work on the horror because I got to get that panel done. Luckily, I don't have a lot going on this weekend for the first time in like a month, so I could always work on it then too. But what was I getting at? Prints. I sent out 3 prints this week, and what's funny is I put up I put up about five new prints, as well as a completed team, so like a 6th listing. And I may even put up another one, whatever. But this is weird. I just put you in my cabinet where my mugs are, and the lighting is weird because it's just like the light from the window. And also I think I smudged it, so I've got like a nice romantic thing going. So like, hey, let me tell you about my prints. Anyway, about my prints, I put up all these new prints, and the same week I made 3 sales. None of those sales were my new prints, not one. So it's like, okay, whatever. And sometimes it's like one of my prints is Godzilla versus Ultraman. It's one of my oldest prints. I would love to one day go back and redo it with better new art, but I always feel like I'd rather create characters and scenarios that I have no version of rather than redo an old one. But what usually happens is the old ones rotate out because they're not selling as well in X, Y, and Z. But that one continues to be one of my most consistent sellers, including this week I sold one of those. So that's why I brought it up. Now, one of these sales went to somewhere in America. Great, fine. I'm going to talk about shipping. When I sell prints at a convention or anywhere, I price them so that I print them in small batches, not huge bulk, but never just 1 or 2, so that I can sell them for the prices I do, 10 or 20. And sometimes I cut little deals at a con or whatever and run sales on my Etsy store. And even then I will still make a profit. So my profit is all on the prints. I never try to make a profit off of shipping or handling or anything like that. What I try to do, ideally, I would charge exact cost for shipping and handling. Maybe I lose $1 on some of the materials I buy. That's fine because, whatever. But that's that's just how I want to do it. But what happens is I figured out a system where what I did was I figured out the materials I needed, the cardboard and the tape and the printing, whatever. And then I figured out what it would cost to send, I'm in California, to send it the other end of the country, like New Jersey or Florida or something. And it's a little less than $5, or at least it was a couple of years ago. So my idea was I charge $5 shipping flat. And if I ship it all the way across the country, I lose a little bit. I lose $1 or $2 because of it just barely covers shipping and my materials, so I end up paying like $7 and they paid $5. But because the profit margin in the print, I still do okay. And if it's a bigger print, then I do better. Because typically the shipping between my smaller prints and my bigger prints isn't that huge of a difference, and I have a higher margin on my bigger prints. Now, I'm getting very in the weeds here, very inside baseball-y kind of stuff. If I ship closer, somewhere right in California, let's say, it might only cost me $3. So theoretically, I'm making $2 on shipping, but about $1 of that is material. So really, I'm making $1, and that's offset by the $1 I lose sending it somewhere else. So I kind of figured if it all washes out, I more or less just break even on the shipping. That's how I figured it. Now, prices have gone up a little bit, and I haven't really raised my prices on shipping, figuring, well, I lose 50 cents, I lose $1, but I'm still doing okay with the prints, and I don't want to charge everybody more for shipping because I always feel like shipping is already high, especially in the age of Amazon when everything's usually free. And people, myself included, I'd rather pay more for the art than for the shipping if push comes to shove. And I don't want to raise the prices on art either because I feel like right now it's right in the sweet spot of competitive but not being cheap or whatever. Now here's the problem lies. International clients, customers, fans, buyers, whatever you're going to call them. Not that I have a ton, but I have some. And for a while I had the flat 5 and it was killing me. I was losing money. So then I was like, well, I'll say 6, and I was losing money. So eventually I bumped it up and said, okay, in America, it's $5. Outside of America, it's 10. And that worked okay. What would happen is I'd send it somewhere like England or whatever, and maybe it'd be $9, and maybe it'd be $13. And so it was sort of the same as in America, where sometimes I'd lose a little, sometimes I'd gain a little bit in the wash. It was kind of okay. But I was now charging people $10, and they might be buying a print for $10. So they're paying double for shipping. So I don't like it, but I don't know what to do about it. Because again, it's not me like trying to make more money. I'm just trying to not lose money. And eventually, what started happening more and more, and it happened this week rather, is certain countries, like, I don't know if it was COVID or what's going on, and prices are going up, but in ways I can't predict, other than going in and setting prices for every single country and changing it dynamically, which I'm not gonna do, because I had a small print that went to England, and I charged $10, or I might even bumped it up to $10.99 because this kept happening. So it might be at 11 right now for international. So it was $10 or $11 I charged them, and I got charged, I want to say $18. So let's say I charged 11 and I got charged 18. So I'm losing $7 right there. And they got the one small print, which I have less of a profit margin on. So I lost money on that. But what am I supposed to do? Charge more than $17 shipping on a $10 print? But that's what I was charged. Not even counting the envelope and everything. It was like, $17.99 or 18, it was like $18 essentially. And here's where it's unpredictable. Going to Germany, which, I'm terrible at geography. I should probably look at a map, but I feel like it's sort of equally far, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's closer. But a bigger one, a bigger package, a heavier package, and it costs like $15, $16, so like a couple bucks less. And because it was a bigger print, a better margin. I didn't lose money. I still barely made any money, but I didn't actually lose money. But it's like, so the little print cost more than the big print. And so I sold 3 things this weekend, and I really only made money on one. I technically made money on one, and one I lost money on, so those kind of washed each other out. So I did all that time and effort and everything, and made like a couple dollars, like literally a couple dollars. And so I used to, and I still feel like this, I'd rather have people get my art, even if I'm not making a ton of money, like even if I'm making kind of almost nothing, just because, well, they're a fan, they know my art, maybe they'll see it again, maybe they'll buy something again, I'm spreading awareness. But I can't do that at the cost of losing time and money. It's not, losing money and time to advertise to one person isn't really worth it. And so I don't know what to do because I don't want to just keep raising my prices. And what kills me is Etsy's always sending me these things like, your shipping might be too high. It's like, how is my shipping too high? It's under what it costs me. So I don't know. That's been a whole thing that's been bothering me lately. But I drew Gaigan, and now I'm making dinner. So there you go. I'm going for that walk, and it has been raining the last couple days, and even today it's been raining on and off all day. Like, it'll be super sunny for 5 minutes. Am I yelling? I have headphones on. Anyway, it's drizzling, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna do my half hour, and maybe I have to take a shower after. I'll definitely have a nice hot cup of decaf, and I'll try to get back to drawing. Come on. Why you taking so long? Now you do what I say. Go! I told him they do it. Hey, it's Sunday early afternoon. I'm in bed. I'm awake. I just laid down for a minute. This is another weird video, kind of like last week, where it's not exactly a daily video log, but I don't have a big purpose. I do have some art I'm putting up of Gaigan Rex to play while this is going on. I think for the next couple videos, I'm going to have a bit of a theme. That's a mess. A bit of a theme rather than just, here's what's going on in my life, because I enjoy doing this, but I feel like it takes longer to edit, which is becoming a problem with time. And but I don't want to stop making these because I do like communicating with the peoples, and I like, it helps keep me accountable. It helps keep me motivated, and I like the engagement with you guys. But I don't want to be spending tons of time on the videos. And I would like to get more eyeballs. I'm not looking to be like a famous YouTuber or whatever, but it'd be nice if a few more people looked at it and or it had longevity. Because I feel like the video vlog things, it's sort of a moment in time. Whatever. I'm just talking a lot. Anyway, I think next week I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to focus on, I'm going to say this is what I'm going to do. We'll see if I do it. My intention is to focus on time management. And so I'll do like a video about, now, here's the thing. I'm not good at time management. It's not going to be like, hey, look, here's how you maximize you. It's going to be like, there's a problem I've dealt with forever, and it got really bad for a while, and it's starting to get a little better. But I think, I haven't done this in a long time, but I think I'm going to catalog, what's the word? Not autopsy, inventory. I'm going to chronicle my days, not in this way, but I'm going to keep notes of what I did and how long it took each day of the week, and then see where I could improve or what I can improve, or maybe I'm doing as good as I can and I just don't have the time or whatever, but it'll be like a little bit more of an objective thing. What is the word? Log? I guess I'm going to log it. But that's my goal. So what will likely happen is I won't film it all week. And then like Saturday or Sunday or whatever, I'll do just a sitting at the desk kind of thing and be like, here's what I found. And maybe this is of use to you. Maybe you find it interesting. There you go. So that's kind of my plan for next week. Meanwhile, I will continue to keep trying to do at least one panel on the Horror A4, regardless of what else is going on. And as of this week, I'm almost there. I have to do the grays on the panel, but otherwise I'm done. So since I set that goal, I've been hitting it. It's a very soft goal. It's a very easy goal, but I've been hitting it. And actually, one of my other video topics I'll probably do is another horror production report update, but go into a lot more detail of what I've got done, what I still need to get done, actual timetables and things like that. Because as I've said before, my plan is to get issue 3 out by the end of this year, or at least have it done. You know, I mean, if the Kickstarter launches in January, whatever. But to see how far I am from that and how realistic it is and, you know, that kind of stuff. But for now, in the interest of brevity or laziness, I'm going to let this be the end of the video for this week. Thank you for following me on this journey. Hopefully you'll find the next videos as or more interesting. And yeah, as Scott Serklin would say, that is all. Also, Scott Serklin, side thing, he's still doing Artcasters, but he is sort of quitting YouTube, kind of. He has a video about it. I encourage you to just go check that out instead of hearing me talk about it. Okay, bye. It's 8:45. I never went back and did the grays on the panel. It's Sunday night still. Thought the video was over. I was like, I'll do those grays, no problem. I'll just... stuff happened. The biggest thing that happened is, remember last time I talked about spitting with my kid? She is 3.5, and we've been pretty lucky with not having too many big poop emergencies. There's been 1 or 2 times where like poop got places it shouldn't and it was not good. But compared to most stories I hear, we've gotten off pretty easy. And she's 3.5, and she's sort of starting to potty train and like hasn't had any kind of like major problems in a long time. But today we had a big problem where there was just... I guess she wants to be an artist because she's just painting and she's changing the color of the carpet and, you know, up to her elbows. Hey, look at me. I'm Jackson Pollock. Anyway, it was horrible. And that took a long time to clean up and it was not fun. And it also, in addition to just sapping when we'll do anything, and the stress and whatever, everything else, like I was in the middle of some loads of laundry and I had to do certain things that just had to be done because they were in the middle of being done. So then when that was done, everything else got pushed back, including her bedtime. So she's not even asleep. And to that, I don't recommend parenthood. That doesn't mean I don't love my child. It doesn't mean I regret having a child. But I never recommend parenthood. And I don't understand the people who do because it's hard. And if you don't want to do it, you're not sure you want to do it, I'm not talking you into it. I'm saying don't do it. Prove me wrong. Kind of like being an artist. I don't tell people to be an artist. I mean, follow your dream, sure. But like, I'm not like, have you thought about doing something that's hard and probably won't succeed? Try art. I'm mixing up my things here. But the point is, I didn't finish that panel. I'm going to try to finish it tomorrow and like kind of roll it into next week. We'll see how that goes with my whole... Well, you know, whatever. I'm going to still chart my schedule because my plan was to do a regular week. Not like, let me try to do a perfect week. Just do a regular week, do what I normally do, see how it comes out, and then try to improve upon that. So starting off as a deficit, that's a regular week. Anyway, I'm Gazbot still. Poopy! Yeah. What did you say, Uzi? Did you say? What did you say? What? Oh, okay. You know, your tail looks like an electrical conduit used primarily by bumper cars to touch the ceiling to get power.